And then over the weekend, we got that deal solidified. So many things happen at one time. You get that Iran deal solidified. Tell me your thoughts on that, man, about Trump saying that Iran and U.S. came together with a deal saying that, hey, we're going to get the oil, the Strait of Hormuz open back up and everything.
Yeah, I was watching a guy go over this document. I think it might have been published by one of the blogs, but ultimately we're giving them a lot of things back in return for demolishing a lot of their civilization. You know what I'm saying? I think that it was $300 billion in like let's call it reparations. You know what I'm saying? We're bombing schools and shit like that. Like we're doing a lot of nonsense. They were doing a lot of nonsense.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a real funny situation because it's one of those things where we are inserting ourselves and then now we're helping rebuild them. You know, it's just a typical USA playbook. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that is, it's wild.
It is wild to see in real time. It's wild to see in real time, man. So let's see if this deal really sticks. Honestly,
yeah,
you know, I doubt it too. There's no reason for us to really believe that it will stick. You know, but at the end of the day, there is more reason for us to believe that a dip will happen, and then another reason will come out where a market's gonna run up will happen. So, hey, that's what Trump's doing. Speaking of run-ups, man, I got two things that are hot that I just want to talk about. Robinhood. We was talking about Robinhood in the 60-75 range. It's now at 108 today. I just spoke about that last week as a stock under $100. Now it's 108. Take advantage of Robinhood. But then I want to know your thoughts too on SpaceX just acquired Cursor. You know the company Cursor AI.
Yep.
Tell me your thoughts about SpaceX acquiring Cursor, man.
You know, I did not know that.
They just did that today. $66 billion, man.
See, that's
they acquired Cursor. So what I had learned from Ariel, go ahead, go finish your thought. Though.
It's a whole different topic. Go ahead.
Bring
it back. It's about SpaceX, but yeah,
Anyways, Cursor is a AI coding agent. Help you vibe coding. It's going to help you code, and it helps you with that. So that company was competing with Anthropic and OpenAI. Long story short, Anthropic and OpenAI squeezed that company out, and then it got to the point where they needed some help. SpaceX, they need AI. They need to acquire an AI company. They get Cursor. Now Cursor gets SpaceX. Now they're solidified, and everybody works with everybody. So, you know, that was something good to know.
That's crazy.
So that just another reason. You
said 66 billion?
66 billion. Just another reason why.
Did they buy them or is this a partnership?
Partnership.
Okay.
So let's see right here what it really say. You read that.
Space Exploration Tech to buy Cursor for $60 billion in stock. Cursor's $4 billion APR and AI coding tools will join SpaceX's Colossus data centers and GPU stack. Deal expected to close Q3 of 2026. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, man.
They so Cursor's gonna be helping them with the software of the data centers and the GPI GPUs. Okay. Because how are they joining them? I'm trying to figure out the why. Obviously this is important, but the purpose, kind of like why would that be something that we even are thinking about?
Claude
especially with Grok.
AI. Yeah, especially when they have Grok. So let's see. What are the benefits of SpaceX and Cursor coming together? What does SpaceX benefit from this company? Live research right here. This is what y'all need to be doing back at home.
It's the best way to do it.
We got Claude thinking for us right here.
In the meantime, I wanted to talk about how what I didn't know, what I actually just recently figured out was that SpaceX is a communication. They're in the communication sector of the stock market. I was thinking that they were more of a like an energy or something. I was thinking that they were in a I didn't know what bubble they were in. I knew they weren't like a tech company. They're in the communication sector.
Yeah, man,
That's crazy.
That's the beautiful thing about, they get the branding of being a space company and rockets.
Yeah.
And then they got the branding of AI because of the tech. And then they got the branding of telecommunications. You know what I'm saying? Because they got their satellites. What's it called? Starlink.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. So go ahead, please, brother. Do the honors of reading it for us. As we got the feedback from AI as to why SpaceX and Cursor would be good working together.
It says the deal logic runs in both directions, but the SpaceX side is the more interesting story for your show, since it explains why a rocket company just spent $60 billion on a code editor. What Cursor gets a compute lifeline. Okay. So they get a lifeline of, because it says data centers and GPUs. Mm-hmm. They get a compute lifeline. Cursor had been bottlenecked by compute and would use xAI's Colossus infrastructure to scale its models. Okay, So Cursor's really getting, it seems as if, the bigger end of the stick here, because it's like a leg up. You said that they were squeezed out by OpenAI and Anthropic. So let's keep reading. And the relationship wasn't new. SpaceX and Cursor had already been working together, with xAI hiring senior Cursor engineers and renting it data center capacity before the acquisition was even announced. So Cursor trades independence for guaranteed GPU access to keep growing. So it's not, man, that's smart. Mm-hmm. These guys, they know what they're doing, because now is Cursor, when's that IPO coming out? You feel me? When do we get into is that a publicly traded? You feel me?
Yeah.
Because now we're coming toward like a mainstream AI platform with the backing of SpaceX, which is the hottest shit of the year right now. Mm-hmm. What SpaceX actually gets, this is the real story. When SpaceX went public, it pitched investors on a roughly $28 trillion total addressable market, with $28 trillion of that tied to AI. Split between $2.4 trillion orbital AI infrastructure opportunity and $22.7 trillion enterprise applications opportunity. Let me read that again. When SpaceX went public, it pitched investors on a roughly $28 trillion total addressable market. This is why this is important, as well as why when we get everybody shaken out, and we have all that when we have all the employees and all the private investors selling, man, this is gonna be one of those generational stocks. This says that they have a market of 28 trillion. Mm-hmm. Mind you, we ain't never really seeing numbers like that. Like to that extent, we're talking about trillions of dollars, right? Remember 100,000, was that 100,000 millions?
Yeah.
Come on now, so that's 280. Come on, bro. Look, 30 trillion market. Keep going. With 26 trillion of that tied to AI, split between 2.4 trillion orbital AI infrastructure, that means out of space opportunity, and 22.7 trillion enterprise applications opportunity. The problem was SpaceX AI had the compute and the model, but not a real application layer generating revenue in its own filling. SpaceX described Cursor as fitting its strategy to vertically integrate compute infrastructure, models, and applications. Cursor solves the gap instantly. It arrives with $3 billion in annual recurring revenue and millions of daily active developers, essentially buying SpaceX a finished monetizing product instead of having to build one from scratch to compete with Anthropic's Cloud Code and OpenAI's Codex. So the thing is, you know that a lot of the bigger AI companies, they're not profitable. AI is not like a profitable business scale. Cursor is bringing in $3 billion in revenue. It doesn't say how much they're profiting, right? It doesn't say that they're necessarily profitable either, but it would probably cost a lot more for Elon to work up Grok to the point of being able to handle this type of compute power. You know what I'm saying? Cursor coming out, and they already in the game. They just brought Michael Jordan on the team for real. That's, you feel me?
Yes, sir, man.
It
So
sounded like, yeah.
deals is happening all around the market, man.